guys, Chanty here on another adventure. And on this adventure, we're doing something completely different. I mean, I have kind of done this before. A lot of you people have been asking me how do I animate, and that's a valid question. So this episode, I'm going to teach you. We're going to do the bare basics, like the lesson number 1. Now, I use Photoshop for animating. You shouldn't, because Photoshop isn't an amazing animating program. But I use it because it's really nice for drawing. And as a graphic designer, I have it anyway. So I didn't have to buy any new software. But if you want to get along, either if you have Photoshop, use that for now. Get a free or cheap other animation program, or like one of these light boxes. Like you can put paper on this, click on the light, then you can kind of see through it on the paper you took on top of it. So then you can use that to trace what's below it, because we're going to be tracing our previous images somewhat. Anyway, for this one I'm just going to assume you're working in Photoshop, because I'm working in Photoshop. We go to Window, Timeline, and we get ourselves on a timeline. If it doesn't instantly go for this, there's a button here that says create frame timeline or something, click that. Now in our first layer we're just going to draw a crappy circle, put a line above it, done. So what we're going to animate here is a pendulum swinging. That's all we're going to do, because this is the most basic stuff ever. And every time I create a new layer, I put my previous layer on a low opacity so I can see which layer I'm working on. I'm not gonna do this perfectly because it's just a quick lesson 1. But I am seeing that this is completely wrong. What we want is another pendulum here. And right now we can just kind of copy paste you and put you over here. Okay, now you've got the 4 main stances of our pendulum. If I was really gonna do it accurate, I would have just copied the layer 3, but whatever. Now that we've done this, we're going to start with the first lesson. That's in-betweening. We've got this one, we've got this one. Sorry, this and this. You can of course see what I'm pointing at. And we're going to put a layer, a pendulum, exactly in between. So about here. Blam. Now again, we can copy this one. I should remove this because this looks weird. We can just copy this one, put it over here. You see that it isn't exactly the middle, but again, it's your first animation. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, what we already got, I'm going to show you. We're going to add some layers here. We've got one, it's important by the way, which I'm not doing right now. Name your layers properly, so you'll always know which one comes next. We're putting on this one. There. And then we'll make it swing back. So you. Get on good opacity. You. And the last one is not needed. So what we've got now is this. It's animated. It's not perfect yet, but it's animated. Okay, I'm going to remove this for now, because there are still some steps we need to do. Because it doesn't keep a constant speed when I do this. It slows here. It slows here. Make speed. Slows here. Gain speed. Slows here. So what we're going to do is, when we have this, we want a ball here. We don't want it here because this is where it gains speed, but it loses its speed every time it's here. So, you're not needed. We're going to add a new layer. Again, I should totally name this, but I'm not doing that. Low opacity. Low opacity. And we're going to put one in between these two. Blam. And again, because this is our basic animation, we can just copy this. Blam. Okay, I'm going to put these guys on order now because this is getting confusing at this point. We've got you, 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 you. Putting you all on lower opacity. As you see now, we're missing here, and that's perfect. Because it gives a lot more weight to it if it has a slowdown. Now, of course, it looks more fluid if we add even more frames to this, but for now, this is our basic first animation. I did not count how many frames I needed, I don't care. Because you can always add or delete more. Oh no, I did do my order wrong. Whoops. There we go. And then we add some more frames so we can go back as well. We might actually just let the frame where it rests on the side take just a little bit longer. Just up that time and see what we get. And there we go. You see now that it has a little bit of weight to it because it doesn't. Well, of course, this is also wrong if we're real, because if you keep doing this, it doesn't stand still here. It goes a little over and down, or it doesn't even reach the sides at all. But we're not looking for a perfect animation yet, we're just looking for learn the basics. And the basics are simply you copy your frame, you kind of move it a bit, and make sure you use your in-betweens. Like if we started doing this, and this, then these distances between these would not be equal, it would have been a mess. So you definitely want to like work with in-betweens. You want your first frame, you want your last frame, and from that point you start working to the middle frame, and then you start working middle frame between that and middle frame, which is better than just going straight away. Sometimes that works, but usually finding the in-betweens is a great way to work. Okay. So we've got this. I will make a photo. Pendulum, however you spell that. Now we're going a little bit more advanced. 2 layers. I'm going to draw something, just something random, like a little dragon boy. And I'm going to draw, putting your opacity low. Let's for now use a different color to get a clearer view. Wait. A little mouse. Just simple, nothing special here. And what we're going to do is we're going to morph these faces into each other. So we've got these two. Now we add another layer. Get a different color for this one. And what we're just going to do is we're going to in between. So we're going to draw the in-between of all of this. So like there's a distance here. So on a new frame, it's got to be the middle of the two. Same goes here. We can give it a bit of a nose already. Its tooth is moving, so it should right now be here. And its mouth is shrinking with it. Just always go with the layer in between. This is how his head would be. No, actually. Let's say his horns morph into the ear. So this horn would be bigger, broader, but not quite as big yet. And this horn is kind of collapsing into it. As for his eye, no, that's too much to the dinosaur. Too much towards the mouse. There we go. I have no idea what this music is, by the way. I just put on royalty-free music again. Alright, now we have ourselves an in-between layer, which actually looks better than both of these drawings. Alright, so what's our next step? We add another in-between layer. This is a too dark color, this will not work. I mean, it can work, but it won't. There we go. Just keep trying to get the in-between parts. It doesn't have to look perfect, because these frames go by real fast. It's important that your first and your final frame work. Which this time they also don't, because I rushed them, but it's something. Now I'm making this too much like the previous one. There we go. Yeah, trying to draw fast because I'm trying to get to the learning part faster than just the drawing. Kinda makes my drawing suck. But that's fine. Oh, I forgot the other horn. Okay. And let's add an in-between between these two. Well, its nose is a bit less pointy. His eyes a little bit bigger, not that much. Again, I can tell you this is not going to be a perfect animation because we're not using enough frames and we're doing it quickly. But it's just practice. We're learning here. Like this, and you just, that inner horn kind of starts as a bubble. So it slowly grows. Yeah, this is closed, and then we have okay. Then we're just going to use saturation, make everything black. Don't care. Oh, it didn't make everything the same color. Hold up, we can do this easier. I usually do is just whoops. You're this color. You're this color. I do this by the way with connected to a layer by holding Alt. Everyone's opacity becomes 100. Whoops. And then we turn off all the layers. Why didn't it turn off all the layers? Why does it hate me like this? Okay, only the first frame. We start as a little mouse. Second frame, third frame, fourth frame, fifth frame. Allowed to be this for 2 seconds. No delay. And now you see, it's somewhat fluidly transforming. It's not just blank new picture. It actually looks like it's transforming between the two. And that's because we work with those in-betweens that make everything more fluent. So, yeah, I hope you learned a lot here. This is lesson 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want me to do more videos like this, let me know. I'm happy to help. And I'll see you guys in the next adventure. Bye.